So, the Knicks basically had, the best team in the NBA, and they had them on the ropes tonight. All right, the Oklahoma City Thunder, they had them on the ropes. We had a 4-point lead with about 11 minutes to go, and we had a chance. We had a 4-point lead in that quarter. You had two chances to tie the game with 6 seconds left. Two good open looks. Knicks couldn't get it done. The first time you had Jalen Brunson from the corner, shoots up that three, miss. Knicks get a second chance opportunity, goes out to OG Anunoby, center of the court, clean look. OG shoots it. It looks like it's on target, but OG misses. He comes up short. And that was the game right there. That's it. But the real story of what happened in the quarter, it's basically was a collapse. The Knicks collapsed. It all started in the fourth quarter. Overall, the Knicks shot 33% from the quarter, from the field. 33%. That's pathetic. 1 of 6 from 3, including 2 chances to tie the game at the end of the quarter. 1 of 6. And 72% overall from the free throw line. This is it. You had a chance to the Knicks got to the free throw line plenty of times. They had 2-3 big missed free throws. You got to do better. Meanwhile, Oklahoma City, they do what elite teams do. They were more efficient and they were more disciplined. All right? 84% from the free throw line. That's what they do. Oklahoma City gets to the free throw line and they bury their shots. They make you pay. Karl-Anthony Towns, who had a phenomenal game tonight, he fouled out with 2 minutes left to go? We needed him. You don't think if we had Karl-Anthony Towns in the game, we might have tied that game in the last 6 seconds? We might have. But Oklahoma City baited him. Oklahoma City won a couple of challenges. The Knicks are here. Oklahoma City's up here. That's the difference. All right? Oklahoma's disciplined. They're sharp. Hold on. We got somebody in the crew. Hold on. Let me get my man up here. Top.
Yo.
Fucking tough loss, bro, man.
Oh my God. Oh, dude.
Great game.
Yes, for sure. Um, yeah.
Take me through that last 6 seconds. What was going on? We had a chance to tie it. Brunson gets a clean look from the corner. It looked like it was going in. Misses it. We get the rebound. OG gets it, throws up a shot. I thought that was going in. Take me through what you were thinking was going on there.
I mean, once I thought Brunson's shot was going in. He got a clean look. And I thought once it hit off the rim, OKC was going to get the board. And once they were able to get the rebound and pass out to OG, I was like, yo, somebody just chuck it up at this point. And thank God it was OG because OG was kindly hitting timely threes at a certain point, especially in the second half. But again, you were able to kind of maneuver your way and find yourself back into this game in the second half. You were down 10. One second, Eddie.
Yeah, no problem.
Go wherever at the point. You go down here, wherever. It doesn't matter as long as we hit an exit. Yeah, you were kind of they found themselves back into this game, pressuring the defensive side of the ball. I just do want to say that this league has some type of they're very
With the whistle?
Man, with SGA, it's like they just give him whatever he wants.
Right.
Man, Brunson doesn't even get those calls. I never want. I'm gonna say this right here. I never want to hear that Jalen Brunson is a foul merchant when it comes to SGA. I never want to hear it ever again. Jalen Brunson gets respectable calls. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander is a foul merchant to the maximum. And we
Right.
saw that tonight. I don't care what anybody says. You could look at the tape, you could and it does not matter. SGA is a foul merchant. And at the end of the day, Jalen Brunson needs more respect. And that's just 100% fact. So
What do you think it is that went wrong for the Knicks tonight? What was it? Was it the free throws? I mean, Oklahoma City. They held them down in that fourth quarter.
um,
Knicks only shot 33% in that fourth quarter. 1 of 6 from three. What was the difference? Like what was I not catching at home? Because I felt like the Knicks just did it. Like they couldn't get shots off in that fourth quarter. Like clean looks, nothing.
yeah, they
Was
got
it
they
that
got outshot.
were they too physical for them? Or did you think it was that?
No,
Because I kind of felt that way.
I wouldn't say too physical. I just felt like they got outshot. That's just what it was.
Okay.
OKC was kind of making more timely shots.
I think you froze up, bro. Yeah, listen, Top is in the garden right now, so he's coming out. So I don't know if he froze up or what's going on, but sucks. Sucks he was in there. Again, I kind of felt like, you know, they just were more physical with us. And again, the same story with the Knicks. You run into teams that are physical. The Knicks have top problems, beating those teams. And the crazy part about tonight is, look, the Knicks did enough to win this game. They really did. Here, let me get back to Top. We got him. There you go, bro. I think you're back now.
No, my bad. It was the Wi-Fi right now. Um, but yeah, it was Chet basically just making timely threes. Chet had a really good game today. He
Yeah, he
got
was
to,
he was a quiet assassin tonight, 100%.
got to his spot. They fed him the ball when they needed to. Made their adjustments. Lou Dort as well, making clutch threes.
Yeah.
That was another thing that hurt him. And again, like I said before, they got outside. OKC made more shots than the Knicks did when it mattered. And that basically was the key. And then obviously behind that, when the Knicks had an opportunity to make their free throws, they couldn't make their free throws. Um, and just again, when you need to hit timely shots in the fourth quarter, when you're trying to close in on a game like that, especially after being down as much as like 13, you need to make your free throws, you need to make the shots, and they couldn't do it. Um, and it's just again, you give them credit because of the fact that they played off a back to back, and
Right,
you
right,
know
right.
that was the question of how are they going to respond coming off a back to back. And I think they started off very, very shaky, but they were able to kind of find themselves in the second half. Uh, they just need to be better within their finals. I had a good game today, but then when it came to the last 2 minutes of that, last 2 to 3 minutes of that fourth, he started making dumb fouls, and it kind of cost him. He didn't get his first foul into the third quarter, so he was doing pretty well. But at the
You're
same
talking
time,
about
too,
Cat?
yes, I'm talking about Cat.
Yeah, Cat had a good
Um,
game. It wasn't
had a
bad. He
very good
fouled
game.
out.
Correct, right. He had a very good game. The only thing with Cat, or not even with Cat, it's not even Cat's fault. I'm gonna put this on Mike Brown. When creating plays for him. Uh,
What
for
were you talking
the
about?
first half of the game, Cat. Talking about Cat.
Okay.
I'm talking about yeah. I need when Carl Anthony Towns has a mismatch on him for most of the game. I need Mike Brown to start creating plays for him and get him in the post, and I need the ball to start being fed to him. Every
So I think what Top is saying is that, Mike Brown needs to start feeding Cat more in the paint, and he kind of messed up. Now, I thought Diawara really should have been the person that the Knicks could have went to down the stretch there, because you needed threes there. The Knicks needed to hit threes, and they couldn't do it. And that to me was the biggest issue. Like, why aren't we, after Cat fouls out, we're down about 4, 5, 6 points most of the time, Now I know we cut it with a few seconds left to go. Why wasn't Diawara there? Guy has length. He matches up well against them. I didn't understand that. I didn't understand that part. So for me, I thought the Knicks were gunshot in the fourth quarter. I really did, especially down the stretch. We had a chance to tie the game, or at least get get into this. It was like a 5 or 6 point lead with about 2 minutes left to go. And Brunson and Josh Hart over and over, they're taking twos instead of threes. And that was a problem for me. Let me see if we get Top on up here. I still don't got him. As soon as Top gets back, I will add him. But I felt like that was a problem tonight. So, look, man, the Knicks fought hard. It was on a back to back. We got you back.
So I'm gonna give like a quick 5 minute before I go down to the train because I'm gonna head into the train. Yeah, when you have a mismatch like that, almost the whole entire night you got to feed cat. So Knicks could have used Diawara more.
I agree. I was just saying that.
That's another situation, especially because when he was in the game, he was actually scoring. So that's another thing on Mike Brown that I need him to realize. I need him to be more consistent on that. Other than that, again, I like the response in the second half. Just got to be better with just closing out and shooting. Just getting better with their shot selection. But that's it. I can't really be too upset. Besides the fact that they started off that first half pretty bad, but they only found themselves down at least 13. So again, for a team like OKC, who could have really punted you away with a lead that big, the Knicks ended up fighting back and really found their groove in the second half. So you learn from those and you get better,
But they couldn't close in the
other than that,
fourth,
a really
though,
good
Top.
game, and they fought.
Top, they
100%.
couldn't
Again,
close
it
in
was
the
just
fourth.
100%.
That was my
But
problem.
again, correct, right. But other than that, yeah, really good game. Just it's unfortunate.
How was the crowd? How was the crowd's reaction?
Oh
Because to me, it felt like very quiet in that fourth quarter.
no, they were into it. They were into it.
I don't know.
They
When
were
I heard
into it.
Josh Hart take those free throws, the crowd was silent.
Oh
We were
no,
we were down 5 at that point.
no, yeah, but they were quiet for Josh Hart so he can make those free throws. That's why.
Okay, so it was live.
Yeah,
Other than
yeah,
that, though.
yeah. No, it was live. They were into it. They were killing this refs. And they were on him.
Now, what did you think about Jalen Brunson? I mean, Jalen Brunson was kind of off up until the fourth quarter. He was off tonight, man.
Yeah,
I think he
yeah,
had 2 or 3 points going into the fourth quarter.
yeah. In the fourth quarter, he kind of turned it up, but
Why do you
yeah,
think it was? What do you think? Was it physicality they threw at him? What was it?
physicality. But they were also doubling him in the first quarter. They were
Right.
also throwing. They were also throwing double teams early in the game. So they obviously their point of attack on defense was to stop him, and obviously he's their best player, so it kind of made sense.
Yeah.
So
That
yeah, so
sucks, man. Another loss to another good team. It just seems like
hey,
we can't beat these teams that are better than us.
but you know what though? Of course I don't want to give a cop out because you need to win those games, but they showed that they could fight with a team like OKC, and you take that with a grain of salt. So
Yeah. I mean, I wanted to win, bro. I'm sorry.
no,
I,
100%, I agree.
I wanted to get that win.
Yeah,
Yeah, to me, it sucked. It's a missed
but
opportunity. Because again, you had a
but
chance to send a notice. You could have put the NBA on notice if you won tonight.
correct. But listen, you take your chances, bro, and you move on to the next one. 1 second, Eddie.
Yeah, it's just it was a tough loss, man. It really was.
Right.
And I
Yeah,
don't know
that's
where.
fine. Eddie, I will catch you. I'm
Yeah,
about to
go
hop
ahead,
on
bro. I
the train,
appreciate you
so
coming on, man.
appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate you, bro.
Awesome, bro. Anytime, bro. I'll see you. B. Have a safe trip home, Top. That was Top checking in from the Garden. Nice, good job by him. But and again, looking at the stats. Let me pull up the stats for you guys. Give me a second. Well, let me get rid of this. All right, hold on. Now let me put this on. Let's look at the stats for tonight's game here. Right. So if you guys could see right here, here's where the Knicks were sort of just, I don't know if you guys, let me see if you guys could see it. Looks very far away. Hold on. Let me get a better angle. Let me use ESPN instead. So there's that. So look, final score 100-103. We out rebounded them. We had more assists than them. They had more steals. We had less turnovers, but look at right here. Look at the shooting percentage. 42 by the Knicks to 45 by the Thunder. And also, you could see the three-point disparity. We shot 29% from three to their 38%. And again, free throws, 84% to our 72, call it 73. Yeah, just not really the best look. Let me show you the game stats now. Let's get rid of that. Hold on. All right. Here we go. All right. Let's get this up. So right here, as you guys could see, they were 21 of 25, and we missed 6 free throws, 16 of 22. So that's that, we hit a couple more free throws. You're not taking a three-pointer to end the game there. You're taking a regular shot. Maybe you get to the line. Maybe you tie it. So the free throws was definitely a disparity, as you could see. And, look, fast break points. We had 14 to their 2. Points in the paint, 46 to 20. That's a big discrepancy. And just, we didn't have total turnovers. We only committed 14. They only got 14 points. They conceded 23 points off the turnovers. So, not really, not like overwhelming stuff. If you would have shown me that box score and not showed me the score, I would have said the Knicks won this game because you out rebounded them. You dominated them inside the paint, but when it counted most, you couldn't get it done, and that was the problem. Knicks just couldn't execute, and that was the fourth quarter. Shot 30%, and if you look, when you really look into it, all where their misses were all inside the restricted zone. So we got to get better. Tough loss. Again, Top's a little bit more, I think, accepting of it than I am. I'm not accepting of this at all because I thought it was kind of BS, but, it is what it is. Let me see if I can find anything for you guys. Hold on. See if we got anything up. I'm checking Knicks videos. But when you shoot 30% in a quarter and they shoot 40 and a 3-point game, that's it. That's the difference. We have to find a way to not get rattled when we play against physical teams. It's that simple. It's that simple. Who are the teams that are physical? Detroit, OKC, Boston. Even you could say Cleveland is a little bit physical. Denver can be physical down low, but not like them. We need to have a counter move to teams' physicality. When you get to the line, you need to hit the shots. You need to hit your shots. So it sucks. But what are you going to do? Brunson had 15 assists tonight. 15. Yes, he didn't have the greatest shooting. I understand that. But in the fourth quarter, he shot well. It looked like we did enough to win, but when you look at it at the end, you say to yourself, okay. I mean, we got the rebounds, you got the points in the paint. Just you couldn't get points when you needed it. That was the biggest problem for me. But it is what it is. It is what it is. So, appreciate Top Bunk for coming on. Next up, let's look at the schedule. Let me pull this up. Give me a second. I'm pretty sure it's who's up next. We got a tough stretch coming up, but here, let's get the schedule. So yeah, we got Nuggets on, I think that's Friday night. Yeah. Yes, Nuggets on Friday, and then after that we go out. We pretty much go out west. I think it's the Lakers, the Clippers. Let me look at the schedule. Hold on. Let me get it real quick. Yeah, all right. Yeah, all right. So let me pull this up for you guys. All right, there you go. Hold on. Excuse me, not this. All right, so here's the schedule coming up. You got Nuggets on Friday. That's a 9 o'clock start. Then Monday, you have a 10 o'clock start. Excuse me. Hold on. It's Nuggets, Clippers. I thought the Lakers were in here. Yeah, the Lakers are in there too. Here we go. So you have Nuggets Friday. Saturday, you have the Lakers. Excuse me, Sunday, you have the Lakers. And then Monday, you have the Clippers. So that's a back-to-back. So Sunday and Monday is going to be a back-to-back. You got to probably take one or two of those. Then you're at Utah on Wednesday. And then you're at Pacers. So next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 games are not really easy. They're not easy at all. Winnable, but not easy. Let's take a look. I mean, we play get well against the Nuggets. I'll give the Knicks that. We already beat them this year in overtime, but they're definitely going to want vengeance. Then you got the Lakers, who we beat already, and then you have the Clippers, who we beat them as well. And you have Utah that they're on Wednesday. Friday, Pacers. Then home to the Warriors. Then home to Pacers. Home to Brooklyn. Home to Wizards. So the schedule gets much easier coming up than it is now. So the next 4 or 5 games, they're all going to be on the road. Excuse me, 1, 2, 3, 4 games on the road. Then you come home. Tough game. I know a lot of people will say that, Knicks play tough, gritty win, yada, yada, yada. To me, it's a loss. And you had to win this game because over the last 2 years, we've just seen this same story over and over. And the story is that contenders beat you. That's been the story of the Knicks for the last 2 seasons. Now, have we had some big wins? Yeah, sure. Beat Denver, like I said. We beat Cleveland. We beat Boston. We won the Cup, beat San Antonio twice. Those are big wins. But we haven't beaten OKC now, I think, in 2 years. It might be 3 years, actually. So there's that. Haven't beat Detroit all year. Oh, what are we, 0-3 against them? So that's why I'm going to continue to say that, yeah, the Knicks are good. They look like they could, we might be able to win the Eastern Conference. You never know. But right now, if I'm a betting man, I'm going to say no. I'm going to say I don't think we can beat. I don't think we can beat Detroit. Although I think it will be a tough series. I don't think it will be easy. Could the Knicks get out of it? Sure. We can get out of a series versus Detroit. But to me, it depends when you get them. If you were to get, like I said, and I'll say this over and over, if the Knicks are the 4th seed, right? And I don't know what seed they are. Matter of fact, let's look that up right now. Let's go look at the standings. So let me get on this. Hold on. All right, so Knicks are still the 3rd seed. Cleveland is a half a game. Actually, they're a full game behind us. Toronto's at 5th. Philly at 6th. Now, like I said, if the Knicks drop to 4, I really don't care. Because if you get Toronto in the first round, the Knicks are going to smoke Toronto. Make no mistake about it. The Knicks play Toronto in a playoff series. It's going to be either a sweep or a gentleman's sweep. It's 5 games. Then in the second round, that's when you get Detroit. So to me, the Knicks are almost better off sliding to the 4th seed, getting Toronto in that first series, or even if you get Philly. I don't mind that. I'd rather play Toronto than I probably would rather play the Sixers, even Orlando, because Orlando's going to play physical. And what happens with the Knicks? The Knicks have trouble with physical teams. So give me Toronto any day in the first series. And then you get Detroit in the second round. But if you got to go through, let's say, let's look at the standings, right? If you got to go through Philly, which that you go them, then you got to go through Boston, then you got to go through Detroit. That's hard. That's 3 hard series. Whereas if you get Toronto in the first round instead of Philly, I think that's an easier series for the Knicks. Because although Toronto plays fast, we slow them down. And you get the most out of Cat. Cat has his best games versus Toronto. Cat's best games as a Knick, have come against the Raptors and have come against the Nuggets. And of course, in the playoffs against the Pacers. He's had good games. Even in Detroit, he's had good games. I'm telling you, though, I don't think it would be the worst thing in the world if we face Toronto in the first round. I don't. So we'll see. We'll see. That's how it looks. So give me a second, and I'll be right back. All right. So no Top tonight. Appreciate Top for actually checking in. So I'll pretty much wrap it up right here. So I'm just going to say this. Knicks fans and everybody watching right now, I'm going to say what's got to be said. This one hurts. All right. Because tonight, you had the best team in the NBA, the Oklahoma City Thunder, and you had them right where you wanted them. Okay, you had a 4-point lead going into that fourth quarter. You had the crowd behind you. Top already mentioned that. And we got it down to 3 points, 3-point deficit with 6 seconds left. And the Knicks had 2 chances. We had 2 wide open looks. All right, 2. First, it was Brunson. One of the most clutch players in basketball. He misses that 3. Then we get the offensive rebound. OG gets it past him, gets a clean look to send it into overtime, right on, straight on with the hoop, and it just doesn't fall. But that's the NBA sometimes, you know what I mean? Margins are razor thin, but the truth is the Knicks didn't lose this game in the last 6 seconds. They lost it in the fourth quarter. 33% shooting, 1 of 6 from 3, 62% from the free throw line. Just think, if we didn't shoot 62% in the fourth quarter, we don't have to shoot a 3 to end regulation. You could shoot a 2, where you could go into the paint, where we dominated. Meanwhile, Oklahoma City did what elite teams do. They hit their free throws. They knocked down their shots. They executed. That's it. Point blank, period. And that's the difference between a great team and a championship team. But I'll say this. If you could take the best team in the NBA down to the wire, and if you could put them in a position where they need to stop in the final seconds, you're right there. The Knicks just didn't get the win tonight. But we were this close. We were this close. And to me, yeah, am I upset? Am I annoyed? 100%. But they proved something. They could stay on the floor with any team in the league. Now, they can't do this with Detroit for whatever reason. But they could stand on the floor with OKC. So now the next step, finish the job. Next time you see OKC, when you go there, because we're going to go there in less than a month, finish the job. Because close losses against elite teams right now doesn't mean anything in April and May. Only wins. Wins are the only thing that matters. Go out west. Go out and win some games. Beat Denver. Beat the Lakers. Beat the Clippers. Beat Utah. Go 4-0. We should be able to beat all 4 of those teams. We've always played well against Denver. Lakers are a mess. Clippers are a mess. We can beat both of those teams. Utah's tanking. Let's go out and let's kick their ass. With that said, I appreciate everybody tuning in. Appreciate Top Bunk. Appreciate everybody again. If you're not already subscribed, go to Garden City Media. Hit that subscribe button. I'll see you guys Friday night. Good night, everybody.